Welcome to our new video today. Welcome to our new video. Today we're talking long exposure photography.
We're gonna go out and shoot a nice waterfall here in Switzerland with a DSLR and an iPhone.
We're gonna test them in different conditions, both in daylight and low light.
We wanna see if the iPhone has finally reached DSLR quality photography.
Or if it's even better. We're gonna be using a brand new Canon 90D with a super zoom Tamron 18-200 lens.
And an iPhone 11 Pro.
Batteries are charged, bag is packed.
Let's get going. Okay, so today we're traveling to Valle Maggia in Switzerland. It's really close to Lugano, just an hour, which is where we're based. So it's kind of a short day trip. And we're going to take the camera with us and the iPhone because we want to show you the best way to take a long exposure shot with two different pieces of equipment.
We're gonna compare the results, show you different techniques you can use on the two devices. We're gonna show you which is faster, which is easier, which is more user-friendly, and the best actual results comparing on the computer the two shots.
The best results and the best device for traveling as well. Okay, so let's go.
Here we are. First stop, Roller Bridge. Pretty cool. You gotta see it. Very good spot for shooting. We're gonna go up the stream to a waterfall, which should be great for the tutorial, and we're gonna show you guys everything.
So the best thing about traveling in Switzerland is that not only is the scenery just always amazing and the mountains are so beautiful and the Alps are just wow, but the roads are always perfect in wonderful conditions and you can just ride without ever worrying about anything. Don't you agree, honey?
Yeah, and thank you BMW because this manual gearbox, just listen to it.
So leathery.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Best part of the day, pasta time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we eat every day. I mean, seriously, look at this place. How beautiful is this little village? Foroglio, Switzerland. Wow. Let's go shoot. Here we are, cold as fuck. You can see my nose is red. But we got here. Gorgeous, gorgeous waterfall.
There's such a cute little village right in front of us, as you can see. And it's just really a beautiful area. Now we'll try out a couple of the shots that we told you earlier with the different devices. Let's go.
We got a camera, we got a tripod, we got a model, we got a waterfall, and we're ready to roll. Let's get in the camera. Settings time. We got the timer on so we don't have to touch the camera while shooting. We got the lowest aperture possible, we got the lowest ISO possible, and we got 1/4 seconds. Half a second can be good, or you can do even more if you have an ND filter. We don't, so let's go. Timer's moving. Let's see, it's here. 3, 2, 1.
Now for the iPhone. We enter the camera and make sure to have live mode on. Choose the lens we want, press on make it set focus, and shoot staying as still as possible. Then open camera roll, scroll up then to the right and find long exposure. We click it and wait for it to load.
Clearly you can see that here we have an expensive camera, a lens, we have a tripod, so this is not an easy setup because you need a big bag to carry everything around, and so it's not for everyone really. But what you can do with your iPhone we're just gonna show you, and we're gonna see the results at the end, but it's gonna be close. Okay, back is packed, photos are taken, and now it's back to the studio.
Welcome back to the studio, guys.
We're gonna look at 3 shots. The first 2 are taken in front of a waterfall with a standing subject in varying focal length. The third shot, however, is taken in a low light condition on our way back home in the car.
Yeah, I think the result of that last one might actually surprise you.
You'll be shocked.
Okay, so let's dive right in and have a look at them. So this is our first edited shot made with the iPhone. It's looking pretty awesome. The colors are bright and the details are all clear. The waterfall looks super smooth and fluid, which is so beautiful, and at the same time the subject is sharp and in focus. This is crazy if you consider that it's just a phone and it's handheld.
Moving on to the same shot replicated with a DSLR, we have shot this with the Canon 90D on a tripod with our beautiful subject still as the main focus in front of the water. We can see how the colors have just such a great depth. Everything is just looking a little more realistic, and it's just a great picture.
Okay, so as a comparison, we can see that the 2 pictures are both looking really great. The water is more fluid in the iPhone shot, and to achieve that same effect on a DSLR, we would have had to decrease the shutter speed, making it very hard for the subject to remain still that long.
We shot it at 1/4. We would have had to use about 2 seconds of shutter aperture, so that would have been impossible for her to stay still for that long. Diving deeper in the 2 shots, we can see that the DSLR one has just a greater color range. We can see in the far right the colors are better, they're not burnt, and it's overall less harsh than the iPhone one, which is well exposed, but it's just a bit harsh. It's more realistic on the Canon than it is on the iPhone.
Here is the second shot. We use the iPhone zoom lens here. This is not as great as the subject is super blurred, and no matter how many times we took the shot, this was the best one. The iPhone just couldn't capture me standing still. It seems like the digital process, which creates the long exposure effect, is unable to hold both me and the rocks behind me actually firmly still.
Moving on to the DSLR, the Canon instead is able to capture her standing perfectly. The rocks are also still, although not in focus, as the bokeh gives a nice depth of field. We zoomed up to 100mm, which is a lot more than the iPhone can do, which is about 40 to 50mm.
And this makes the waterfall look amazing and super big next to my face. Here the iPhone is a clear loser, as it fails to capture the still subject standing in front of the moving background. The digital process, which enables the long exposure effect, doesn't seem to work as well on the zoom or when the subject is occupying most of the frame.
Absolutely. The DSLR wins by a mile here. It flaunts the ability to use a wider zoom range while maintaining the same quality and beautifully bringing the background closer to the subject.
Here is our last shot. We decided to test the iPhone and Canon camera in low light conditions, and the results? They're rather surprising. This shot here is looking amazing. The steering wheel and the dashboard of the car are in focus and still, whereas the road and the lights outside are in motion. The blur is super fluid and creates these beautiful smooth leading lines.
On the other hand, the shot with Canon here just definitely failed. Both shots are handheld, but as the DSLR is mechanical, the vibration induced by the road are not filtered by software, and therefore impact the outcome negatively. We can see this in the bottom right corner, where you can still read the numbers on the dashboard, although they are clearly shaky.
The iPhone is a clear winner in this case. The shot was super easy to take and it just looks great. In comparison, however, the shadows in the photograph have no depth and the sharpness in the details is just not as good.
The DSLR instead shows its superior quality in the depth of the shadows and the colors overall. However, without a tripod, which frankly I don't know where you can put it in a car, you gotta have at least a third person holding it in the back. Without a tripod, it just doesn't look good. It's not a good shot. You cannot even post it in an Instagram story. Just go with the iPhone in this case. So, in the end, we think that if you own a DSLR camera, you're willing to put in the time to set up the tripod, set the camera, check the exposure, and all the different things that go on in taking a good Canon shot, then you should do it. You will just be rewarded with a higher quality picture.
If not, just take your phone out of your pocket, hold it, and shoot. It's that easy, it's that simple, and the results are just great. It's crazy how far technologies have come, and softwares are just so good. We really can't wait to see what iPhone 12 can do.
As photographers, we just love to put in the work. We love to earn the best possible shot. It's so much more rewarding to us, but it's so good to know that if we're in a dynamic situation where we cannot set a tripod like in the car before,
or if we don't have our camera, or if we're hiking and we don't want to carry a heavy backpack all the way, then we can always pull out our iPhone and just shoot an amazing shot anyway.
So that's all, folks. I hope you liked this review.
It's based on our experience.
And if you want to see more,
Just hit the like button.
smash the subscribe one.
We can't wait to see you around next time.